Okay guys, quick update on the Commodore. Turns out to get it on the road, I actually need to change the rear main seal because it's pissing oil out everywhere. Which is going to be a pain in the ass because these run a rope seal, and to change them in a car is an absolute prick. So it's much easier just to pull the engine out, and it's better off me pulling the engine out anyway because I need to change the power steering rack. Now, I'll be doing a step-by-step video on taking this engine out. As you can see, I've already started. So pretty much it's the radiator, water hoses, battery, all the wiring's undone. All the accessories are disconnected except for the air conditioning pump, which I'll be taking off. Next thing I'll be doing will be undoing the engine mounts, undoing the engine pipe from the exhaust manifolds and the catalytic converter, and undoing the automatic transmission mount. And I will show you them in the next part of the video. Okay guys, kind of got caught up in the spirit of the moment. To undo the engine mounts, there'll be 2 sets of bolts on each side, passenger side, driver side. There'll be one here, one here. These are a lot easier to do from underneath the car because there's really nothing in the way. We're up top, there's just clutter everywhere, so you're better off undoing it from under here, and once these are undone, the engine will just lift up. So there's 2 here, and 2 here. Now, I've already undone the engine pipe as well, so there'll be 13mm bolt there, and 13mm bolt there. These are a bit tricky to get to, so I highly suggest you use a 3/8 ratchet because you're in tight spots, and 1/2 inch are a bit bulky. Same thing on this side, 3/8, so there's a bolt up there, and to finish getting the engine pipe off, you look back there, there's 2 bolts that hold it onto the catalytic converter, so one there and one there. Once those 2 are undone, this pipe should just pull off. You might have to twist it and tug it a little bit to fit the actual flange through the gap between the cover plate and the power steering rack. I'll show you why I have to change the power steering rack. If you look there at the top sealed, it's been pissing out power steering fluid, so I've just gotten a changeover rack, and I can't get this roadworthy like this. Also, the rear main is underneath this cover plate here, which is made from cast iron, and the reason you can't actually get this off while it's in the car is if you look here, there's these little prongs coming off all the way under there. Now, this bolt you can get, that bolt you can just get to, but there's another one above the cross member which you can't actually get to. Now, the only way you can actually get to that is if you either raise the engine up or actually take the engine out. Now, it is actually a bit easier to actually just take the whole engine out, but mainly because I've got to change the actual rope seal anyway. Now, what I'll actually be doing so in the near future, so I can actually take this off without taking the engine out, is I'll actually be cutting these prongs off, because there's one on each side, because it's got 6 big-ass bolts that actually bolt it to the gearbox anyway. And once I've got the transmission, because the transmission has to come out with it, once I've got that out, I'll also be showing you how to do an automatic transmission service on one of these. Anyway, the next thing you have to do after undoing the engine mounts and the exhaust manifold is, of course, you have to undo the bolts from the catalytic converter. Then, if you come over to the passenger side of the car, you look up there, there's the speed transducer, which actually tells the speedo how fast you're going. You need to unplug that from there. You also need to undo the shifter linkage, which goes from the cabin all the way along. And I'm not sure if you can see that, but it does up just there. Now, it's a lot easier to get to that with the actual exhaust manifold off. Now, once those are undone, and that's undone, you need to undo the gearbox mounts, which there's a bolt there and a bolt there, and then you're pretty much right to pull the engine out. And the yoke, yoke there will just slide out as soon as you pull the gearbox out. You don't actually need to take the drive shaft out. And I won't be making an actual video of me taking the engine out because it's a pain in the ass, but once I've got the engine out, I'll show you me dismantling the bottom end and changing the rear main seal. Alright, see you in the next video.